Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and things changed a little bit. So I used to rent this small shop to work on my own cars and flip it from time to time. As you can see, at this point it's mostly like a warehouse. I don't fix cars here anymore. I wasn't recording anything for a while, but I'll try to do it more often. So the first car we got is a Ford Focus. I'll probably keep it forever because I switch cars pretty often and I just need one car that will always be there when I need it, when I don't have a car that runs and drives. So first car we got is a Porsche Cayenne. What can I tell about it? It was a pretty bad damage, rear end damage. Had to replace trunk lead, bumper, do some frame, but overall it's a nice car. So next car here is Alfa Romeo Giulia. I just got it for parts because I'll show you that red beast. So I already removed some parts from it, for example airbags, seats and stuff, and I removed the whole rear subframe with wheels and stuff. So it's gonna be my parts car. I'll probably cut some frame parts from here. I got it pretty cheap. Here we got almost finished 4 Series 435i all-wheel drive Grand Coupe with M4 style bumper. It had a pretty bad front end damage. On an auction it just looked like some minor damage, but it got a good hit underneath, so I had to replace front subframe and rear subframe. Yeah, and that's it. I think one more week and it's gonna be like new. Here we got 2018 Alfa Romeo Giulia. As you know, I love Alfas. Actually, it's a clean title, you will not believe me, and when I started it, yes, it starts with damage like this. It has only 18,000 miles on it. It's not the best trim, but it got pedal shifters. It used to have regular seats, but I'm gonna take seats from that one because that one is actually a pretty cool modification, and I'm gonna put TI Sport seats in here, nice sport seats with stitching. But at this point subframe from that car is already here, so if I put wheels on it, it will run and drive. So probably what we're gonna do is cut right here, and replace this whole side. I'll need my frame guy to check how deep it went, because you usually divide the frame by skin. It's a thin layer and the actual frames are behind it, so we'll see what we're gonna do. But anyways, we have a parts car, so we can cut any part we want, as well as the door. I'll just take it from that car and put it in here. You know what, actually it doesn't look that bad, because subframe is standing nice and well in place, so it's basically just here and a little bit of here. It's gonna be a nice car when it be done. We have a little bit of mess here, so the subframes that was on it originally. As you can see, it even cracked the differential. I got my lift here and some small stuff like exhaust. So here is the shop we got. So this Alfa is also had the front end damage and a little bit of rear end damage. It also had the undercarriage. I hate undercarriage damage, but somehow I got like 3 cars with undercarriage damage that looked like a front end damage. So I had to take from parts car rear bumper. At this point it's just waiting to be painted, so we got some damage here. My dent guy fixed it and we'll just need to paint it, just the lower part. We'll need to paint the bumper. It's also a very nice trim with sport seats, TI Sport bumpers. We got some damage on the fender, so this one will have to be painted. And I got brand new bumper from Alfa Romeo. It doesn't have check engine or anything, it's completely done except gaps, so it will just need to be painted. I'll put it all together, adjust gaps, because at this point it's not really good, and it's ready for sale. Let me move to the building. So actually my old shop is behind this wall, but as you could see it was too small and I couldn't put a lift in there, so we are in process of moving in here. We painted the wall black, we did the insulation because previous tenant didn't have anything here, it was just trash. So we're fixing everything. We're gonna put a nice lighting in here, and here is the office. We removed the walls that was here. It will be a nice bright open type office. I'm planning to open a dealership here, so we got display area here. It's a pretty busy street facing building, so it's gonna look nice and clean. I'll do a little office here. We got lunchroom here, and you open the door and you got the working area. It's gonna look really nice. You'll see the lighting we got. It's that new hexagon style lighting. So the first task of the day today, I need to remove lower engine shield and we need to refill the differential fluid, because here it's low, I can feel it, because we have to replace the whole drive shaft. So the procedures here are pretty easy. You remove that protection cover and your filling cap will be right next to axle, so you will need extension, and that's basically it. looks like this. You use the transfer pump and it goes in. And we are done. Actually, the worst is the smell of it. I had differential fluids, gear fluids, transmission oils. Next thing we're gonna do, it says that we need to replace rear brake pads, but brake pads are actually good. So I guess it's the faulty sensor. We're gonna remove the wheel, we're gonna check the sensor, and I have a spare sensor in my shop. So we'll probably just go ahead and replace it. It's an easy fix. Brake pads are actually good. So the way it works, when you need to replace your brake pad, it starts varying the sensor. And as soon as car loses connection with the sensor, it says replace. Let's check how far it goes. We'll need to remove this, and connector is probably somewhere here. What did I tell you? I just ran, replaced the sensor, and all the messages went away. I just did a reset, and look, have you ever seen BMW with no faults at all? Not even a single one. And we started, check engine will go away. Alright, and we're ready to roll. If you think we're done with it, not yet. I'll still need to adjust the gap. I went to an alignment yesterday and they immediately sent me back. I had a bad damage to that side. I replaced almost everything on that side, but he said my shock here is bent too. And it's AM style suspension, all the stuff. It's not easy to find. By part number, the only one I found is in Germany, so I don't know what to do. I'll have to find a way to find it. Also need to do the brake bleed, because when I was fixing that side, I was working on the brake lines and now we have some air inside. So it's 2 p.m. and I called all the dealership in the area, and I don't like the prices for a Strata. It's like the higher you go in BMW line, like you get 428, okay, parts are not cheap, but it's okay. You get 435, prices start to increase significantly. But when you get M4, I used to have one, man. For example, regular battery for M3 is like 2K. Like, it's a battery, but they decided to do it lithium ion, that's why it's so expensive. But what I'm doing right now, I'm selling airbags from this Alpha for a friend of mine. I got steering wheel airbag, I got knee airbags, but I also need dashboard airbag, and it's a pain in the ass to get to. And I also need airbag module from this car to put on that Alpha. So what I'm doing right now, I'm disconnecting everything, pulling up the console to unscrew the module and install it in that car. I did that like 4 or 5 times already, so I know where all the bolts are. But honestly, Alpha is pretty easy to dismantle. When you know what you're doing, you just unscrew everything and you just pull. Look. Boom, and console is out. By removing this one, we gain access to dashboard. Again, if I would never assemble it before, I wouldn't know that behind these trims there are bolts right here. You need to remove the screen. My goal is not to break anything, because I'm planning to get one flooded Alfa Romeo. I did it last year, and usually when you buy wrecked car, you need like body panels, doors, bumpers, and you usually don't need all the modules inside and stuff, except the airbag module. But when you get flooded car, all the body panels are good, and that's when you need all the electronics. So why I got this car for parts? I'm taking the door and cooler panel for that car. I already took bumper and diffuser for that car. Then I'm planning to buy one with a mechanical damage, no matter it's transmission or engine. I have both from these cars, and at the end I'm planning to buy one flooded and get all the electronics from here. So basically I got all the parts I need for 3 cars from one part car. And if you split the cost for 3 cars, it's actually pretty good and cheaper than to buy a new one every time. Alfa Romeo handmade quality. One move, up, and it removed. So it's 3:57, plus I took 15-minute break, I think. So we almost completely dismantled the interior in less than 2 hours. Now I can remove the airbag from here, and I'll keep dashboard for my future car. So at this point, interior looks like this. I removed an airbag, there is no seatbelt anymore. I'll go install this airbag on that red car, and it's 5:54. We're actually about to finish for today, but I'm happy with the result.